So when I was a senior in high school, I was it's almost hard to think about at this point exactly how I was, but I was very much class clown, loud, like goofy, silly. Like I've always been the same person type shit. And I remember I actually have my La Plata High School 2015 senior class yearbook where people wrote a bunch of stuff to me. And this one English teacher, I wanted to read what she wrote here to me. I just think it's absolutely insane, and I'm gonna tie it into something I want to say a little bit later. But basically, she said, "Dear Ryan, I can honestly say you have been one of my most interesting students. It has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure watching you mature from a goofy, sweet freshman to an innovative and a bit overconfident senior. Stay interesting and focused in college. I expect big things from you." What the fuck? Most hating ass, backwards ass compliment fucking thing. What I thought was interesting about that was when she said a bit overconfident. First off, she said, "You're one of the most interesting people I've met." That's the most backhanded fucking compliment. But she thought I was interesting, so, I'll take that. But her saying, "You've grown into this, you're goofy to a something overconfident senior," which I find insane, because wouldn't you want a kid graduating high school to be overconfident? Like they're about to leave and go into the real world or the workforce or college or whatever. And young kids already have a big enough issue with self-esteem and confidence and whatnot. But you can be too confident. I was too confident. It's good to be confident, but you can't be overly confident. That would be bad. But what's interesting is it's that same overconfidence that led me to stepping in front of a camera my freshman year of college and in my dorm room, whatever, with the big lights on me and stuff. And me and Noah making these YouTube videos and cranking them out. I was like delusionally confident and wanted to be on camera all the time. If I didn't have that overconfidence, I might not have had my YouTube channel, my YouTube career. So I just think it's funny, had I listened to her, had I listened to her advice of, well, let's tone it down, what would that have done for me? And I got a story time from something that happened to me today that I wanted to relate to this. I met this guy at the gym. He was I call people supporters, but he recognized me. Super nice guy. He looked super dope, cool guy. And he said he recognized me from YouTube. He asked me "Damn, how long you been doing it for? Like, you actually inspired me to be a YouTuber and stuff." I said, "Oh, fuck, that's great." And then he said, "How long have I been doing it?" And I said, "Maybe 10 years, 12 years. And he said, I don't know if he was joking, but he said something like, "Damn, when you gonna pack it up?" And I was like, I ain't done yet. I want to keep doing it. He's like, "Really? You ain't gonna pack it up? 10 years? And I was like, nah. This is the best job in the world. Why would I pack it up?" And then he goes on to explain how he did YouTube and he did it for 7 years, and then he stopped now and it stopped working or something. And I thought, because the way he was saying the whole pack it up thing, I was like, and do what? Pack it up and do what? I kind of am doing everything I want to do. I don't want to be an actor in Hollywood. I don't want to be a film director. I don't want to work at an office job. I don't want to... what? I'm still having fun. I'll stop when I'm done. I'll stop when I feel like I want to stop. But I thought it was interesting how he was saying, "Oh, pack it up." I know he meant no malice by it, and he was actually a super cool dude. But then I got thinking about it more, and I thought, well, yeah, he packed it up. Like, he quit his thing. So the fact I've been doing mine for 10, 11, 12 years, and he doesn't know my situation or where my heart is or anything, but his thing stopped working, so he packed it up. So he was, whether consciously or unconsciously, putting his own fears, parameters, thoughts onto me. He was putting his limitations onto me. 10 years, you gotta pack it up. Nah, brother, you packed it up. I ain't packing shit up. And I relate that to the teacher as well. And maybe I'm making these things deeper than they need to be, but this is just my interpretation of the events and the words that were said to me. But the teacher telling a young kid, this young class clown ass kid, you're a little too overconfident. It's like, well, yeah. And she probably had no confidence, or she had very little confidence. So when you see someone with this larger than life personality, it's your instinct to be like, that's too much. You're too much. You should probably tone it down a bit. Probably because I don't know her life situation. I can only speculate, but maybe whenever she put herself out there or whatever, she didn't get the result she wanted. And she'd rather play it safe. So I'm saying all this to say that I think when people see you doing something that's off the wall, unique, they don't get it, they can't see the vision, it's taboo, they haven't seen anyone do it before, people will put their own limitations on you in the form of advice. And it'd be the same people telling you what you should do, what you ought to do, what's best for you. It'd be those same people that haven't done shit. Why would you ask someone for directions for a place they've never even been to? Let's pretend that I made that quote up as well. And I could tell, like, my voice and stuff, I'm passionate about this again because I feel so strongly about it. People only like you when you're losing. People like to support you when you're like fucking not confident and like barely on the come up. Like, I'm trying, I'm an aspiring photographer. And say, hey bro, kill it, bro. Saw you posted those photography pictures, man. Yeah, you got it, brother. And then when you actually start getting motion, then it turns into hate. Then it turns into, the pictures aren't even that good anyway. Like, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but there's the multiple levels of success and new levels, new devils. But at the beginning, everyone supports you, everyone loves you. Because they haven't, like, it's just like, oh, whatever, good for you. And then you start getting some success and it's like, oh, then they start doubting, hating. You're a one-hit wonder. You can't do it again. You're cringe, etc. And then when you make it to that top echelon, when you're winning and you've been winning for a while, then it turns into, congrats, bro. You're killing it. You're an inspiration. Can you help me? So I'm talking about different concepts here, but if your heart is set on something, you can't really take much advice from many people. I would advise, if you are going to get input from people for your creative endeavor or the thing you're trying to build, get advice from people that you would trade places with, or get advice from people who are in the industry who know more than you do. Getting advice from strangers who have never done this shit, people, like, I'm trying to think. If you're an up and coming barber, are you gonna take barber advice from someone who doesn't know how to cut hair? Maybe if you're asking about customer service experiences and you want to ask a customer, hey, what's your favorite thing about getting a haircut? How can I improve my customer service? Okay, then do that. But I'm saying, if you need help, all I'm saying is just be careful about who you're taking advice from, because the same people giving this advice that they know so much about, and they know so much about this thing, and they know what's best for you, they never even done what the fuck you're attempting to do. So what the fuck do they know about that? Not a damn thing. I sound pissed off, but really I say this because I was I was so weirded out by the, damn, when you gonna pack it up? It's like, brother, that's your timeline. If you want to be a YouTuber for 5 years and that's enough for you, or you want to be a YouTuber for 7 years, or you think, hey, being on YouTube for 10 years, that's enough. Like, I want to stop at that. I should move on to something different. Well, then you fucking do that. I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing anything you tell me to do. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. So just to kind of wrap it up, don't let someone else's perception of you be your reality. Well, after this amount of time, you should stop. You should throw in the towel after you do this. Hey man, I like your personality, but you're a little too overconfident. Okay. Well, how about you just take your own advice and I'll just do my own thing. And a lot of times, a lot of people have done nothing, or people have tried to go after their dreams, failed quickly and gave up forever. So then when they see someone else going for it, it's like a subconscious thing. They got to drag you down too so that you can't win as well. It's like some sort of strange crab in a bucket mentality of like tearing people down. And whatever path you're on, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's going to be a lonely path because most people are not taking that. They're taking the route that has already been paved before, that has little to no friction. They're not going to get any negative feedback. It's a simple route. There's no one's going to criticize them for doing this certain job. But when you're doing something off the wall different that is unique and strange, it's like people are going to gossip about you. They're going to throw shade at you, make weird remarks about what you're doing and what they think you should do or how you could do it better. Because if and when they see you winning, it's just a constant reminder to them of what they could have had or what they could have done, but they didn't. You and your friend come from the same hometown. You're out killing it. They ain't doing shit, still working at Applebee's. No shade to Applebee's workers. I fucking love the triple chocolate meltdown. But it stings people, like the people who are closest to you, it'd be your best friends, it'd be your family members, be the first ones trying to talk you out of doing shit that you want to do. And again, it's because it's that familiarity of y'all came from the same spot. So when you start going off here, they're like, hey, wait a minute. It makes them feel like, oh, fuck. Like they feel really bad about themselves and where they're at because they never took the risks you did. So now they got to bring your ass down. And the thing about haters, I'm just rambling here, but people who are haters by nature and they naturally just type and hate on individuals and that's all they do. They have to talk about you because if they talk about themselves, nobody listens. They've tried talking about themselves. They've tried doing things about them. Nobody ever gave a fuck. So now once you get some motion or you're doing something different out of the ordinary, they gotta talk about you because your name holds more weight than theirs ever will. So I kind of went in different directions here about haters and people doubting you and putting rules on you. But look, you can speak to people and you can ask for advice. You can ask for input. You know, getting feedback on your work and getting constructive criticism is great and all, but be very careful who you're taking advice from. And this is something I have been doing recently. How about you take advice from yourself? Like, what would you, if you have a question about what you should do, have you ever thought to consult yourself first? Like, oh, which picture should I post? I don't know. Which picture should I post? Well, what the fuck do you think? Like, which one do you like more? Like, you should be a bit more confident in your own answers as opposed to, well, they think I should do this one. Well, they think I should put out this one. How about you put out the one that is fucking speaking to you? It's funny. I've seen angry in this. I don't know why I have this angry energy inside me, but no, I just know there's so many people that get discouraged from doing something they love because the people closest to them or people in their immediate circle talk them out of it. So, bro, just go for it. That's it.